Enchantment Theatre is about telling stories, telling great classic stories, telling stories about what it is to be human.
It's really very different from any project I've ever worked on before.
It's about the charm of those stories. That's what it's about for me.
The work with Enchantment is different from a lot of the other work that I've done, in that it's fully embodied.
Enchantment Theatre uses the theater forms that we have in place that would be masks and puppets and music and pantomime because they are part of the most ancient aspect of the theater.
The biggest difference is the physicality and the masks.
Working with Enchantment is very different from any theater experience I've ever had, primarily because we are telling a story through our bodies, and while in pretty much every acting situation you're using your body, you're never relying on it as much. I'm a big facial expression person, and to have that taken away has definitely been a different learning experience for me.
We'll use whatever means we have at our disposal to tell a story in a compelling way so that it can educate and also change us as human beings.
Finding the transition from being very facial to taking that expression of joy in your eyes and then finding that in the body has been a really interesting but beautiful challenge.
And of course music, movement, all these things combined to help us tell our stories in really imaginative, original ways.
So it's a lot different to work with the full, the whole mask and the whole different physicality of the characters and stuff like that. Especially since there's no words you get to say yourself. So that's a lot different from regular theater that I've done before.
With the mask, you can always be more than you are.
I play Peter Rabbit.
I am playing Peter's cousin, Benjamin Bunny, and then I am also a puppeteer. I play the birds in the garden scene.
I play Flopsy as my main role in the production.
I play Old Mr. Bouncer, Squirrel Nutkin, Tiggy Winkle, and a mouse.
I play the fox, and I do several other puppetry things. I control the birds in several scenes, as well as the owl that takes Squirrel Nutkin's tail. But I mainly play the fox, one of two villains of the play.
I play primarily Tommy Brock the Badger, who's one of the villains.
How many people are actually performing in this? You're not quite sure. There's only 6, but it seems like there's 20 or 30.
I always think Enchantment stories look like a pop-up book, come to life.
I want to be true to how folks can love these characters and have loved them before. I want them to be able to bring that same kind of love to the character that I'll be portraying for them.
What's exciting about it for me has been being a part of the process from the ground up.
No one has done this before us, so we really get to help create it and make it our own.
There's so much to be excited about in this show.
This exciting journey where they're meeting all kinds of new people and getting into fights and escaping dangerous situations.
You're journeying with us into this world that is so far from our own.
Getting swept away in that fantasy and that life that we often don't see on a stage or on TV, that I think is one of the most exciting things for any kid coming to see the show.
Our production of Peter Rabbit will be like coming in, sitting down, and opening one of the marvelous books of Beatrix Potter and entering into her world.